when you're out there alone for so many hours, all the noise of society and people's opinions and all that stuff kind of fades away.
Never quit. Never quit radio.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the TNQ podcast. I'm your host, Marcus Luttrell. Every week, it's my job to fire you up, to ignite the legend inside of you, and to push you to your greatness. Join me every week as I take you into my briefing room with some of the most hard-charging people on the planet. They're going to show you how to embrace the suck of life, teach you the values of working your ass off, and charge through whatever life throws at you. This is the Team Never Quit podcast. So buckle up, Buttercup.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Team Never Quit podcast. As always, thank you guys for listening and watching, and please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button wherever you get your show. So today, before we get to our special guest, let's kick it off with our weekly Patreon question. And this week, we've got, if you could have an unlimited supply of anything except for money, what would it be?
Maybe flights.
That's a good
Unlimited
one.
flights, yeah.
Favors.
Travel anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favors would be good.
Favors. Unlimited, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of those are really good answers.
That's the first one that popped into my head. Or wishes,
feel like
right? Wishes or favors?
A favor, you could just be like, hey, can you give me a flight?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. As soon as you said flight, that popped into my head. I was like, hey, I need a favor, man. I need your private airplane.
Yep.
And I need a nice house with a great dinner. Yeah, that favors have to be the best one.
Yeah. I'm going to go with both of yours because those are just too good to beat.
Yeah, I think going like courtside tickets, like anywhere on the 50-yard line, just the best game ticket you can possibly get of any game out there.
I think
You always just get the
got
best seat in the
checkmate
house.
with favors.
Yeah.
Because then we'll get your tickets.
I know you kind of just tower over everybody on that, but
Yeah, you did.
I think courtside tickets would be pretty
We've been doing
sweet.
this a while, Chad, so I'm always ready for the
Yeah.
for the crazy answer.
Yeah.
But that's a good one, man. All right, Chad, thank you for doing this. We're going to get into it, brother. I'm interested in hearing your story because I got to tell you, man, when I heard about you, the first thing I thought of was that's cool. And then I sat and did some reflecting on it, and it seems painful to me and difficult. So I can't wait to hear about it. So let's just go ahead and get into this, man. Tell me a little bit about where'd you come from?
So I'm from Long Island, New York, and I'm a skateboarder. Been skateboarding for a little over 25 years, and that's really all I've devoted my life to. I've had different waves of interest and stuff, but that's basically been my main focus.
So what age did you start skating, and what got you into that? It's kind of what I'm curious as to somebody with the degree that which you took this. I'm just curious as to what sparked it. Because I was a kid, I remember Alva, Tony Hawk, all those guys. That Skate or Die video game came out on Nintendo, and I mean, even the guys who didn't skateboarded. So what got you fired up?
Yeah, my older brother skated. So he was 8 years older than me. He had a board. He'd like sit me on it and fly me down the driveway when I was like a baby. So I think that planted the seed kind of early on. And then I didn't start skating till later, maybe 12 or 14. A kid in school kind of came over with a board and I just became obsessed.
So is it all street, or you do ramp, or is it trick? What are
In
we
the
talking about?
begin- Yeah, sorry. In the beginning, all street. Yeah, I do it in my driveway just like all day and night. And I was in, I think, middle school or high school at the time. I just kept doing it. Was on the basketball team, baseball team. I ended up quitting both of them and dropping out of school for skating.
Oh my gosh.
What'd your parents think about that?
I mean, yeah, they tried to keep me in as best as they could. But, if you're mindset on something, it's kind of hard to stop someone.
Oh yeah. Well, so the reason I'm asking because I got kids now, and I remember when you get interested in something, it takes full control of your mind. It's kind of hard to finish something that you're going into, or that you're in right now, like school. I mean, if you tell kids, or what do you tell kids now if they're thinking about doing something like that? You tell them, hey, finish up school, then start skating, or do both, or just follow your dream.
I mean, I think it's different for everyone. I know myself, and I'm all in, and I know that's what it takes for me, and I'm gonna make it work. Some people might give up after a couple of years. It's kind of I mean, everyone has their own kind of journey, so it's tough to just lump it into one
Yeah.
kind of choice. But I definitely recommend overall finishing school, learning those lessons, and then pursuing it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And the main reason was because it's difficult to go back to something like that. When you're already in it, there's a mindset you have. Even if you're focusing on, I think sometimes our future gets tucked into our head early, and you know what you're supposed to be, but then you got to finish what you started. I mean, you kind of said that, and I think that makes you great at what you do.
Hey, you're right about the school thing, because when I was dropping out, I even knew myself. I was like, I'm probably gonna want a diploma at some point, and I'm never gonna go back. So I made sure to get my GED.
Yeah.
And I went and did the classes, like kind of rushed through them, honestly, but I got it done and out of the way. So I'm happy I at least did that.
So was there any point in time that you didn't feel like skating? Did you hit something like that?
Yeah. I mean, it's always been there, but I got an injury around 21 or 22. I tore my ACL and PCL in my knee. And right in one shot, got the surgery. I was all determined to come back. I did all the rehab and everything, super focused. I think I was 6 or 8 months in, finally relearning all my tricks and everything. And a kid who wasn't paying attention crashed into me at the skate park on a bike and tore my MCL in the same knee and rattled everything up, kind of. So that kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit. And then I got a little more into drinking, hanging out, going to the parties, talking to skaters, and not so much doing it. It's a lot easier to just hang out and talk about it than it is to
Sure.
become a pro, put in all the work, go to the contests.
So did that start you down a bad path of drinking and all of that? Is that where your story kind of starts on that front?
100%. Yeah, and it doesn't happen overnight. You go to the party here, party there. Then you're 26, 28. The habit sinks in a little.
Mm-hmm.
When you're younger, it's easy to be just focused on a hobby, like solely, but then you start getting, you want money or a girlfriend or, different things start getting in the way. But for me, I was just completely obsessed with partying. I didn't want to be a part of the system. Like, I didn't want to work a straight job or anything like that. So I was just all about kind of rebelling.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm just going to skate, travel the world, do whatever I want. And that,
How'd you
years
make
and
money?
years of doing that till like 28 or 29 years old left me in a pretty, dark spot.
What were you doing to earn money?
I just enjoyed learning things. So I'd work my way up at a moving company and like run the company. And then I get another job at Starbucks doing casework or truck driving or, I would just pick up these random things. And once I got bored of it, move on to something else or help friends with projects. But I lived very minimalistically.
Sure.
So I didn't need much.
Yeah, that's the party life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, it's a great place to be. It is, absolutely. And I would, look, I'm a firm believer. When you're in your 20s and early, especially your 20s, you're supposed to be having a good time. I think America is designed for that. But you put that base in there early, so when you do get older, you have something to go into, right? There's something, because that partying life catches up with you when you get older. Young people like to party with young people, period. The old people, when they get in, they don't like that too much. So it's kind of, you actually get pushed out of it. And then when you grow out of it, man, that's when you wind up drinking by yourself.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. And you built all these habits like up to that point. So, sometimes it's tough to shake. And like I was saying before, I get obsessed with things and I'm like all in. So I was all in with that. And, I ended up getting 2 DWIs within like a 3-year span. So I ended up getting a felony. I'm facing jail time. Like, so that was kind of like the real turning point where I had to kind of look around and be like, all right, what are you doing?
Yeah, that'll wake you up.
had some buddies that got a couple of those, man. Yeah, they're no joke. Just don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
That's today's
Yeah.
message.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely not condoning that.
Yeah.
Today's after school special message is don't drink and drive. You don't want, ever. Okay, so when did you come up with the idea of skating across the country?
And why?
So that happened, let's see. I think it was right maybe 2019, 2020. Me and my cousin started talking about skating across Italy. Much easier, much thinner, 2 days, kind of enjoyable. Make a video about it, raise some money for charity. And then COVID happened, so we couldn't really fly and kind of just went on the back burner. But the idea never left my head. Like I said, I have that obsessive kind of tendency, so it was just kind of looming around in the background. And then I started researching if anyone did it across America, and I didn't really see anyone do it for the Guinness World Record, like completely clean and by themselves. And then once I saw that, I just locked in.
Because that's where it'd be. That Guinness book, man, they got all kinds of stuff in there. So, I mean, I was, when I heard that you had done that, I was curious about that as well. So, are you in the Guinness book now?
Yep. Yeah, I was in this year.
Good for you, man. What does that even feel like?
Honestly, it doesn't feel like too much. It feels like it's nice to get the pat on the back, but ultimately it was about so much more than that. It was about giving up the drinking and like focusing on something positive. And I did the skate across America to raise money for charity, that supports sobriety for kids. It's called Natural High, and they help kids find something passionate to focus on instead of drugs and alcohol. So I raised $15,000 for that, which was I was negative 10,000 from my DWI. So to come from that hole and be able to give that back and all the people it affected, that's really what it's about. Mm-hmm. The sticker from Guinness is like, all right, that's cool.
All right, so let's back it up a little bit. You were at the bottom when you decided to do this, drinking and everything. When you were like,
well, that was 9 years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was 9 years ago. That's when I decided to get sober. I was like, all right, I need something to do. Once you quit drinking, you get all this energy, and your interests start to come back, because you're not staying out late, you're not sleeping in late. So then I was like, all right, been skateboarding for 15 years. Like, maybe I'll just keep skating. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel and give back to skateboarding and share everything I've learned, try to do trick tips and help people get sober that are in the same spot. So I just invested all my money and all my time into YouTube.
That's cool.
So do you stay in shape regularly? Do you work out and do all of that even while you were drinking, or were you just drinking? Was that the workout?
Just drinking. Never worked that. Yeah, at skateboarding in the culture, especially when I was growing up, wasn't like working out was kind of like the sports guys, and then the skate guys were more like rebellious and they didn't work out. I
mean, because skating across the country is a big deal. You can't. You just saddled up and did that?
No, that I prepped for about, in terms of just pushing, probably 2 months.
That's it.
I would go down to a bike path and push for like 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day.
Okay. All right. Now this is where we're getting the good stuff. What kind of board were you on and where did you start?
Okay, so I used a regular skateboard.
What does that mean?
It was just a blank skateboard. I spray painted it all black and just got some soft wheels on there to help with all the rough roads.
So it's not even like a name brand skateboard or anything. You just got
high profile wheels that are designed to do anything. We're talking about something off the rack, freaking painted up with soft wheels. And was it a longboard or short?
No, so most people that do long distance skates, they all do longboards. It's much easier to push.
Right.
You're lower to the ground. You cruise further, like much easier. Well, I guess why mine was a little bit different was because I did it on a skateboard. It's like not normally done that way. It makes it a little bit harder, but I've been skateboarding and doing tricks my whole life. So I kind of wanted to, represent the skateboarders.
Okay, so where'd you wake up What day and where was your first push off at?
So I started in Venice Beach and I ended in Virginia Beach.
Where in Venice Beach?
Yeah. Right at the skate park, right on the water. So I went and like just dipped my board in the water real quick and
say a prayer. I mean, give me the details, bro. I got to hear this, man. This is some Forrest Gump type stuff.
It was a lot. It's not just that day, you know. The hardest part is the build up to it.
Yeah.
You're talking about it, you're raising money for charity, the news is covering it. You're on every day talking about it on the news. I'm on YouTube, so I got that whole audience. Like,
yeah, you kind of work yourself into a spot where you got to do it.
That's what I mean. And sometimes that kind of helps, you know. It like makes you like, all right, you can't back out now. You got to do it.
That's a pressure.
Yeah, actually, I'm a little tired today. I'll put it off. But I think the pressure helps me specifically, you know. Leading up to it was the hardest part. And there wasn't really many people to compare to. So I just didn't know that it was doable. If I could make it up some of these hills and mountains on a skateboard. But I just did as much research as I could. And, you know, it's all fun. When you're at the start line, it's all fun. Everyone's there filming, talking. It's exciting. Then you go and push off. And then a couple of miles in, you're like, oh, I'm going to be doing this for the next 2 months.
Oh, my gosh.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
How far into it were you kicking when you were like, oh, okay. Like, were you even out of Venice?
I think it was like an hour in, maybe the first 5-10 miles. I was like, oh, wow. Like, an idea is one thing. And then when you're putting in the time, you know, a 10, 12-hour day is different than an idea.
Right.
So you're out there and I'm just on these roads like, oh, this is what it's going to be basically all day and night, you know.
Did you have a support crew?
No. So I did it completely solo, just me in a backpack.
What? That is
Did
awesome.
you have like extra wheels?
Yeah, what did you start off with, man? I got to know, like, what were you wearing? And what kind of shoes, pants? Were you in shorts?
I started off with a Camelback, you know, just little water hose to drink out of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those are pretty small. And like I said, I think it worked on my side. I'm a bit of a minimalist, so I brought basically nothing. Some spare bearings, two spare outfits, couple pairs of socks, deodorant, toothbrush, and that was it.
My gosh.
And then I ended up actually, as the trip went on, I realized I didn't even want that weight of the extra outfit, so I threw away one outfit.
Right.
So it was the one I had on, and then I get to the hotel, you know, shower, like wash the one in like the hotel laundry, and then just switch every single day.
So did you already have that plotted out, or it was like, hey, I got tired? And how long would you go? Did you set your pace at the beginning of the race, and did it change while you were in it?
Okay, so first, what was the first question of that? I'm sorry.
Your pace count. You're like, hey, I'm going to do this many hours a day, and then when you got into it and it came real, then you were like, oh, okay, I need to do this.
So I practiced a little bit beforehand to get a feel of what I could do, but I was doing it on a flat bike path, so you know it's kind of hard to gauge when you're out there. I'm literally pushing up an entire mountain.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to simulate, you know. But my goal was I'm going to do it in 2 months. So that's 60 days, roughly 3,000 miles. So 50 miles a day was my goal.
My gosh.
That would get me there in time. So that was like my rule, my obsessive mindset. I was like, all right, I'm doing 50 no matter what. So even if there was the gnarliest hill, I'd push and just make that happen. So I hit that every single day, no breaks, 2 months straight.
So you never came off the board to walk up the hill, right?
If I did, it was because there were like there was no shoulder and there was Mack trucks flying by me and I had to literally get off the board and then restart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that had to happen constantly.
Yeah. But for Guinness, they want you to push and record every single mile. So
Right.
I pushed every inch. I didn't skitch. I didn't walk, nothing.
So how long were you? Did you have one deck the whole time it lasted?
Yeah. So I used one board, but I didn't change the wheels or the bearings or anything
Ever.
at all.
Man,
That's
dude,
crazy.
That's a sponsorship thing right there, bro.
Yeah, it kind of started off as a joke, and people were like commenting and begging me to change it. And I just thought it was funny, so I just left it on. And then after a certain point, it was like I was getting too close to the finish where I was like, no, I think I can make this whole board across the country. And who else is going to get to try this? I'm like, let me see if I can make one board make it across the whole country.
Yeah.
And by, couple weeks away from the finish, the wheels started to look like cheese. The pieces were falling off. And I'm bombing the Appalachian Mountains, and all the viewers are like losing their mind. Like, you're going to fall and ruin this whole thing, and I'm just kind of laughing.
Did you ever fall and get hurt on that trip?
Couple of times, but nothing too crazy. Some soft tar would make me like fall forward, or a couple of rocks here and there. But ultimately, I never had like a really bad slam, luckily.
So did you have anybody skate with you? Were they allowed to do that?
Yeah. So as the trip went on, it was a very solitary experience. You're out there. I'm in the wilderness for 120 miles at some points, completely solo. But by day 7, 8, some people would meet up and they would like bring me lunch out on the side of the road, kind of hang out. Some people would skate. And as it went on, it built and built. And then towards the end, people were coming out and skating like 5 miles with me, and it was fun.
That really is some Forrest Gump.
That's some Forrest Gump time. That's why I was like, man, dude. All right. So where was your hardest push? Like when was your breaking moment when you broke through the old Chad and you got into the new one?
There was a couple that stick out. One was, I think it was a couple of days in or a week in. I was getting shin splints like pretty bad. And I couldn't make it to a hotel. I'm at like mile 60 or 70. And that's more than I had been doing. And I'm just like, there's no hotel. I got to keep going. And the shin splints were so bad. And then at one moment, they just completely disappeared. I just like broke through. I don't know if my body just gave up. I'm like, all right, dude, I guess you're just not stopping.
Yeah.
Or if your adrenaline just goes or something. But I remember breaking through. And after that, I would get some pain. But that kind of just snapped me into a different... Like my body just went into a different gear.
Like a runner's high, right? Kind of
Yeah.
felt that? Did you kick that in every day?
I mean, I think overall I felt less pain after that. I mean, I definitely still felt a good amount of pain after that. But at least with the shins, that kind of mitigated for sure. And then I'd say the real day that like tested my will was day 31. I think that was it. It was like basically dead center. So there's nothing exciting going on. You're going through this giant state of Texas, and the ground is just brutal, just like really, really chunky. I had to push to go downhill. Like that's how bad
Welcome
the ground
to Texas.
was. Yeah.
That was East Texas, or I'm sorry,
West Texas.
I'm
That'd be
sorry,
West Texas,
West
right?
Texas.
East and north. Yeah, I forget
Okay.
exactly where, but it's this stuff called chip seal, but the ground is just brutal. It's
That's what
basically
So we know exactly what that is.
That's our driveway.
That's our driveway.
yeah. So
That would be horrible to skate down.
that's what I mean. So
It's horrible to walk down.
Yeah, no, I was struggling out there, and that I had that ground all 50 miles of the day. It was the first day that it rained on me, so I'm figuring this out. My shoes are getting soaked. I got a garbage bag on me, trying to stay dry, and then I run into a dead end route that my GPS wasn't picking up. So I'm like backtracking 10 miles on top of all of this, just trying to like figure out a way, keep hitting the wrong way. And so I remember at that moment, like pushing as hard as I could, coming to a dead stop and just like getting off my board and like letting out a scream to no one,
That's where I was asking about.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
moment right there.
Yeah.
When it's like it's your body does that automatically. Even if your spirit's like, no, let's keep going. It's like, hold on, my body's got to scream real fast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you're just like, all right, well, I got to make it to the hotel. Like, no one's there to save me. I mean, I just got to keep going. And it's annoying. It's different than your normal day, but you realize if you just, even if it's way slower than you're normally going, if you keep treading that ground, you're going to make it there.
Yeah.
So what was the finish line like?
Well, hold on.
wait, you got
Before
more.
you get, I got some more for you. What was your kick count? Are you goofy footed? And did you push right and ride left? And did you switch that up? And did it change as you got into this?
I practiced beforehand because I knew my one leg would end up being bigger than the other if I didn't. So I tried to practice and get equal with both. I would say it ended up being like 70-30 by the end of it. You know, my strong leg did about 70%. Because as much as I thought I was equal, when you got Mack trucks flying by you, rocks on the side of the road, you're going back to your comfortable stance.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't want to like slip off and fall to the side. So
That's amazing that you did that
Yeah.
across the country like that, coming off that board back through.
The same board,
Yeah.
same wheels.
So there were days where there was absolutely no room to push, but I got to cover my ground. You know, I got to make time. So I got to do something to keep pushing. So I figured out if I skate head on to trucks, like tractor trailers, they're coming at me 70 miles an hour. If I made myself seen, I could take over the whole lane. So I would just basically play chicken with them and kind of wave them out of the way
My gosh.
ahead. You know, and that's what I would have to do for like.
Look, man, I'm so
4 hours
miserable
straight.
right now that I'm not getting out of the way. God, did you ever catch a draft off of the trucks though? Is that
all
even
the time.
possible?
I've gotten blown off the board, not like fully blown off, but like it puts you off balance enough to where you kind of jump off, or it feels almost like it hit you because it's so strong. You know, like did it clip me? Like, you know,
And then,
and there's video of it too.
oh, I can't wait for everybody to see that. And then you weren't allowed to Michael J. Fox Back to the Future, right? You couldn't hold on to the back of a truck and let that sucker drive you halfway across Texas. You had to kick the
No.
whole thing.
Yeah, the Guinness record, you have to push.
I mean, because I'd have been cool with that. I'd have been
Yeah.
cool if you could have pulled that off.
Yeah, there were moments where I could, and I was just like, nah, I'm doing this right.
Yeah.
Just for myself, you know, at the end of it, I don't want to ever have anything in the back of my mind. You know, I just want to do it if I'm doing it.
So which state was the hardest for you to get through? Texas?
Yeah, Texas. for
Because
sure.
of our roads?
Yeah.
I would think New Mexico because of the elevation and just how barren it is.
I wasn't in too much of New Mexico. I only went through a piece of it really quickly. You guys familiar with the Guadalupe Mountains?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
drove through.
I climbed those, and that was the highest elevation of the trip.
Oh wow.
What 2 months did you do this?
It was March, April, and May. I started like
Okay.
halfway through.
Yeah, our weather's great.
During that time.
Yeah, that was my plan. It ended up working pretty well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
smart to do that. What was the easiest one to get through? Like where you just flew through it? None of them?
Maybe the last state, Virginia, it wasn't too long, and I was just getting so close to the finish line, you know, and like all these news stories and more people were meeting up, so it kind of took my mind off of that last bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you had somebody riding with you a couple of times. Anybody in particular you remember that joined up with you?
I mean, yeah, there were moments that stuck out. The last day, though, that you can't beat that. It was the police were there escorting me over the bridge, and then a skateboarder who was actually a policeman skated with me.
Oh, how fun.
We had all of Virginia Beach, basically all the skateboarders there. They came out and skated the last maybe 5 miles with me. So it was like, it was hard to count because I was skating, but there was, I think, 30 to 50 people skating with me. And my wife was asking, like, should I come down for the finish? I'm like, nah, there's going to be like 2-3 people there. Like, it's not worth it. Like, you know, turns out there was hundreds of people lined up at the finish.
Sure.
The mayor was there. I couldn't believe it.
So your body kind of, that adrenaline kicks in on that last part, man. You're not feeling nothing but just kind of flying, right?
Nothing. Yeah, the mayor put his hand up for a high five. I skated right past him, didn't even notice. Dove straight into the ocean and didn't feel it. Probably was cold. I don't know.
That was going to be my next question, man. When you came across the line where you went straight to the water?
Yeah, at first I just walked to the beach and I'm walking and then all these people are behind me. I'm like, I should probably run. And I just started sprinting and then front flipped into the water.
That's fun.
And then all the newscasters kind of bombarded me at the water, and they like got close to ask me all the questions. And you see all the footage of their feet just getting soaked because the waves washing up.
That's good.
It's like
man.
everyone's just standing there, kind of wet with me.
Well, that's a good image.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great accomplishment. Tell me what's the most valuable lesson you pulled out of that?
I mean, if you keep pushing, you're gonna get there. That's kind of the most basic one. But on top of that, I'd say when you're out there alone for so many hours, all the noise of society and people's opinions and all that stuff kind of fades away. You're just kind of left to yourself and you realize how simple kind of life is underneath it.
Yeah, so what'd you do to occupy your time when you were skating, man? Did you listen to music? Do you just roll through your thoughts, kind of put your alphabet, learn it backwards, stuff like that?
Well, at first, yeah, you're listening to music and podcasts, but like how long can you do that? Like all day and night? It's like how much content can you really listen to? And you got these mountains everywhere. So eventually it ended up, I would just skate in silence.
Listen to the road?
Yeah.
Is that kind of soothing to you?
Yeah, it was nice. You're out there, you got cows, cattle everywhere. It was cool. Yeah. But then sometimes, you got a giant hill. You can throw on some Metallica or something like that to give you a little bit of a boost to get up it,
I was going to say, man, I mean, it's nice to be out there in nature and have that kind of noise that calms you down, but then the music that we have access to, like in our program, we audio program. So there's certain gym music, you don't listen to it when you're in the gym, you don't listen to it when you're driving your car. Because it ignites something inside of you.
100%. But then on the other side of that, I like to, at certain points, just sit with my thoughts because instead of drowning them out, sometimes when you're pushing yourself or you're in that mode, you can learn a lot about yourself or things you suppress or, you kind of leave that space open to learn.
Did you drop a lot of weight?
I think like 20 pounds.
Dang.
But I probably would have been more, but I'm all by myself. There's no crew. Some nights there's just like a Super 8 in McDonald's, So I'm just slamming Big Macs at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think I needed sugar too. So the first thing I would get every night was like a giant, large Coke, ice cold Coke. For some reason that hit the spot every night.
Yeah, those are good, actually.
It's
Real
so
cold. When it's real
opposite of-
cold, that's the best.
Exactly. Yeah.
What was your night routine? Did you ice up afterwards? Elevate your legs?
I tried, but I mean, I'm pushing for 10 and 12 hours a day. Then I was daily uploading to YouTube so people could follow along with me. So I was making a vlog, 10, 15 minutes long every day. So I had to edit that for like 3 hours in the hotel.
After you skated?
Yeah, every single day. And upload it and thumbnail, all that stuff. So I didn't really have you always have time, but like it was tough to be like, all right, I'm going to go get the ice. I'm going to go do some stretching. I just wanted to relax at that point. Looking back, probably should have stretched a little more because plantar fasciitis and Achilles tendonitis, all that stuff definitely hurt. I'd say I iced like maybe once every 3 days.
How old are you when you did that?
36, 37.
Gosh.
Yeah, bro. What was your total time of skating?
56 days, 6 hours, 56 minutes.
You gonna do that again?
Maybe. We'll see. Someone
Next
beats
up
it,
is
maybe.
Italy.
Skate across the world?
I would go Italy and then just start going through all the other countries.
No, for my feet's sake, I think one and done for me. I did what I wanted to do.
That's
I don't
true.
Well, you definitely set the standard, man. Is anybody trying to come in? You been hearing any rumors about anybody coming in trying to take your mantle?
Yeah. Yeah. What was it? Well, a bunch of people have been doing it in other countries and states and doing it for charity also. So that's been cool to see. Um, Someone did it, a younger kid, two kids tried to do it together, which I thought they would easily beat me. I'm like, oh, they got like 15 years on me or something. I think they took like 75 days.
Oh, but they got it done though.
Yeah.
Same route.
No, I think they went a different route. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see like, people doing it and for good causes.
Oh man, well once you bring something up and set a standard for it, man, that's kind of a competition, especially in this country, man, or with any sport. It's like, hey man, we got to try and top that.
Yeah.
Are you real involved with the charity that you raise money for?
They made a program about like my skate in to like for the teachers to use in schools. But I'm not like physically, too hands on with them or anything like that. I
Yeah.
just, when I was doing this trip, I was like, this is a perfect thing to raise money for something meaningful. What is that? And for me, quitting drinking and focusing on my hobby, that turned my life around. So I wanted to give back to what helped me.
So is that what if you had to pass that on to somebody to help them get rid of drinking, it's like you got to backfill it with something, right?
Yeah, find the thing, whatever you're the most interested in, what gets you excited, just pursue that. Just pursue that and use your time that you were using going out late or staying and try to, just channel it to that. Because if you kind of leave it open, it's very easy to fall back into the same patterns.
Sure.
So
Especially if you
wanna-
can do it while you're drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the worst thing about the drinking problem or the situation. It's a problem. It's not a problem as it is for some people, but they just get into it too much, man. But if you can do it while you're doing things,
For sure.
and it alleviates pain.
100%. Yeah, and it makes things honestly sometimes more fun.
It makes it fun. It makes doing nothing fun.
Yeah,
That's the kick. It's like even when you're not doing anything, you're like, oh, I'm bored, man. I was like, well, if you're drinking, you're not going to be bored, even if you're doing the same thing.
what I found for me personally, on the other side of that spike is a downside spike.
Yeah.
So now I've learned I kind of like it's this slow, kind of even keel growth that just is almost exponential. My life just keeps getting better, keep helping people, so it's a small sacrifice. Once I zoom out, it's just like, yeah, I do that every time,
Yeah. I forgot
But-
how much energy you have. Like how much fun it is all the energy that you have when you don't have alcohol in your system and the strength that you have, the clarity of mind makes everything opens up. You lose sight of that once you drink too much.
Yeah, 100%.
So another question, you still have your board?
I don't. No, actually, yeah. After I finished, Tony Hawk had me on his podcast,
Yeah.
and he kept asking about the board, and I thought he was kidding at first, but he asked again, and I was like, "Yeah, of course. Like, you're Tony Hawk, of course."
Well, I mean,
Gave
look,
him the board?
you got my full blessing on that one, man. If the Hawks got it hanging up somewhere, I'm a big fan of that guy.
Nah,
I
he's
followed him
great.
my whole life. It's amazing he's still doing his thing, man. I hope that sucker lives forever.
He's an inspiration. He actually, I think it was a couple of years ago, he broke his femur, and he came back, and he's still skating hard, and he's a role model for everyone. He truly is.
For people who aren't skaters,
Yeah,
it's kind of like with Michael. Like we grew up, we had some great influencers, some people to look up to. With Jordan, I mean, people who don't even play basketball wore his shoes. With Hawk, man, even if you didn't skate, everyone knew who he was. And he took that whole and did the movies and did all that stuff like that, man. And now he's doing medicine commercials on TV.
I saw that.
And I take that stuff even if I don't need it,
yeah.
right?
yeah.
Just because Tony said to.
Yeah.
I mean, it works for
Yeah,
him, man.
But yeah, meeting him, he's like exactly how he comes off in every video. He's super nice, and yeah, I'm honored that the board's hanging in his personal collection.
That's cool, man. All right, well, what are you gonna do now?
Now I came out with a book and a documentary. I'm currently pitching to streaming services, so just touring that around. In May, I'm going to be driving all around the U.S. and premiering it.
Well, tell us about it so we can launch it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually haven't even announced it yet, but I'm going to be
You just did.
starting starting in San Francisco, going to San Diego, and then driving across through Colorado, St. Louis, Nashville, all that stuff. And then ending in Virginia Beach, where there's a big skate festival, and that's going to be like the grand finale premiere of the documentary.
Nice. What's it called?
It's called Across America.
Across America.
And the name of the book?
Pushing Through America.
I like
That's
it.
good. I like that one.
You can get it on Amazon or.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's on my website, chadcaruso.com. Tony Hawk wrote the foreword for it.
Awesome.
Oh, good
Got
for
that
you.
in there.
All right, so people can
Yeah.
follow you on social media, your YouTube channel, anything that's streaming. What are they looking for?
Yep. Main channels I use are YouTube and Instagram, and both are just Chad Caruso.
Nice.
I need some wisdom from you too, man, and for the kids when they're coming up. If you could drop just that something that you've learned over your life from the start till now, if you wouldn't mind passing that to me, if you got it.
Yeah, I'd say do what you love to do more than anything, and stay focused at it. Do it with a clear mind, and give yourself the best chance to succeed at it by being clear. So don't just cloud your mind with negative things or drugs and alcohol. And if you can, try to give back to people in the process of doing that and help others.
Yeah, those are good.
That's what life's about.
Yeah, that last one it comes on later, but it's so important.
Yeah, definitely comes later for sure. But I found, that's been the most rewarding part of life for sure, is all the lessons I've done or tutorials or videos about drinking and sharing everything I've learned. That's where all the meaning comes from, So if you can incorporate that into what you do, you'll be happy.
Sure. When you see somebody's face that learns something from you, it's a completely different feeling altogether.
Mm-hmm. Or when you hear that somebody became sober or changed their life because of your story.
Yeah, it's unbelievable when you hear that.
Yeah. If I could help in any way, just make this life a little bit better, then that's a win,
Well, good for you, man. Chad, thanks for coming on and doing this, brother. Thanks for
Yeah.
talking to us. I can't wait to see the video. And when you're driving back
Yeah.
through Texas, man, if you'd like to stop into Valhalla, we'd love to have you.
Yep. We're just north of
I
Houston.
appreciate it.
If I ever
I
get out
appreciate
to
everything
Tony
you guys
Hawk's
do,
place,
too.
I'm going to try and steal that board and bring it out here and stay hanging on my wall in my podcast studio.
We have a friend in Virginia Beach that is a retired Navy SEAL that he makes skateboards.
Make skateboards.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ Shipley. Yep. And Cole
Interesting. No, look
Fackler.
him up.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. We got a couple guys that are into that. So
And Berserker built.
yeah, Berserker. So when you get out to Virginia Beach, man, maybe we'll all rally up,
Yeah.
meet up with you.
Hey, come through. June, May 31st?
Awesome.
Hold on.
Big festival right on the water. Come through.
All right.
It's called Jackalope Fest.
Okay.
I like it. Thank you.
Yep. God bless you, man.
Hey, guys.
See ya.
Thanks for having me on.